am Preetham Shinde. I am co-founder of Maha Agroforestry and Climate Care Solutions. In short, it's MAC Forestry. We work in responsible and sustainable supply chain management of agriculture and forest products. We have our operations in 5 different locations across India. The head offices are based out of Mumbai and Nagpur. The core focus of our company is sustainable supply chain management. We have clients from the cement industry. On one side, we have clients from the mining operations. On another side, we are working with the oral care industry also. If you look at the global scenario, so cement industries or the industries within India, like they contribute more than 70% for the CO2 emissions or greenhouse gases emission. And within that 70%, 8 to 10% contribution is from the cement industries. And for the cement industry, we have built a complete value chain. We have set up our own processing units. So their requirement is 8 to 10 chips equivalent to coal. Bamboo has very good calorific value, and this calorific value is almost like 80% equivalent to coal. From 2019, we have supplied more than 2,500 metric tons of green fuel to cement industries. So in a way, we can say that we have reduced the emissions coming out of coal, which would have burned if we wouldn't have supplied the green fuel. Take the population of India, which is more than 100 crores. So toothbrushes are the second most discarded item after single-use plastics. So we started working with the oral care industry, and then we started supplying them just the base made up of bamboo. So we bridge a gap between grower and then the industry. We help companies to sequester carbon, then to become a carbon neutral company also. After the mining operations are over, the land is completely barren. It becomes barren. But bamboo is such a crop, a versatile crop, which can grow on this barren land also. So we add a top layer black cotton soil of around 2 feet, and then we do the complete bamboo plantations. On one side, farmers are growing the bamboo, but they are not getting the proper market value or market linkage. We have done some innovations and then worked with the industry and came up with this solution that bamboo could work as a replacement for coal. Environmentally, we would definitely reduce the GHG greenhouse gases emissions and CO2 emissions. But apart from this, the farmers will get the benefit also. Bamboo is mostly grown in the tribal areas where the proper transportation facilities are not available, or they are not aware about the different uses of bamboo. So this is where our innovations, or like our companies, coming into picture and helping on both the sides with the social impact also. So we are on one side, we are working with the marginal farmers, tribal farmers and poor farmers for the production of bamboo, as it gives very good return. There was a major policy change in 2017 categorizing bamboo as a non-forestry crop. Earlier it was under the forestry, and that is where all the permissions were required from the forest department to transport it, to cut it, even from the farmer's land. Then Government of India, Government of Maharashtra took initiative to declare it as a non-forestry crop. So now it is termed as a grass, bamboo as a grass. This one policy change completely changed the economy for the bamboo sector within India. Right from the start, I had inclination to work in the social sector. Right from my graduation days and after my first corporate job also, I was working very much into the social upliftment of the underprivileged students. So I used to take classes, conduct classes for mathematics and English for underprivileged students. That is where I was very much confident to work for the upliftment of the poor or underprivileged farmers, then the students, and work with the self-help groups also. which are mostly women based. When I left my corporate job and started working with the minister's office, which was one of the highest office in government of Maharashtra. So I was working, on one side I was working at the policy level, and on other side I was working with the administration to implement the policies actually on ground. I'm very glad that I did this. At one point I had apprehension that should I leave this job or not. After 9 years down the line, I've created which is supporting farmers. We are supporting tribal groups, we are supporting self-help groups, women, and like people are happy. The COVID had impact on the complete supply chain, and we had to take, we stopped our operations almost for 7 to 8 months. During this period, we did several innovations in our bamboo products also. So then we built a prototype for the bamboo bottles. Then we came up with some very innovative bamboo utensils also. So COVID came as a blessing in disguise for ourselves. Sustainability has become the major buzzword. Frankly speaking, when we started, we never thought SMEs can contribute to such a large extent in sustainable development initiatives. But when we started working and when we built a complete sustainable ecosystem for our products and linkages with the corporates, then we realized the potential of the SME. So sustainability is going to be the biggest thing in coming years. We are observing there is a major shift towards the overall approach of the corporate companies, and the complete aspect of sustainability will be important in this aspect. If the end customer or any consumer is based in United States of America or Europe, they would like to know if this product is coming from a sustainable source or not. Everyone would like to know about the complete process and then the value chain, where it has come from. So this has created a lot of awareness about the consumer. So if we talk about the SMEs and then the overall ecosystem, then I would say there is a huge opportunity for the SMEs and new startups to work and contribute their expertise in this particular domain. Innovation is going to be the key in sustainability and working in the sustainable development goals. A lot of innovation is required, and then at times what happens, if one particular thing doesn't work, then people give up and give away with the idea also. So we need to be persistent and work with your idea, do some innovation, and then come up with a solution. This will really help you to justify yourself, justify your product, and really build on the product. If I would like to summarize business of future, it's definitely going to be a green development and protecting your environment.